Hey y'all, and welcome to the Birmingham Investors Roundup, the second edition of this show. This is a new show that I'm experimenting with here, focused around real estate investors in the Birmingham, Alabama market. My name is Rob.h.drum. I'm an associate broker at eXp Realty here in Birmingham, and working with investors is a big part of what I do, both on the listing side as well as on the purchasing side. And I'm also involved in building a rental portfolio myself. So I do this stuff myself as well. So today we are going to go through kind of the same format. If you saw last week, we'll go through a recent acquisition that one of my clients made. And then I'll show you a new listing that I've got that could be a great opportunity if you're looking to invest in the Birmingham market. And if this sounds like a good idea, like you'd like to see all future videos, I'd love it if you would subscribe to this channel. I also do a Birmingham market update every Friday, and you'll get that also. So kind of that's the update on the market, and this is more the granular transactions that me and my clients are actually doing every day here in Birmingham. I will tell you, I am going on vacation to Mexico next week, so I won't be doing either of my two kind of video series. So let's get to this 77th Street acquisition. This is a recent, I actually represented the seller and the buyer in this transaction. It was a property that the buyer bought, renovated, and then rented, and decided that for his strategy, it would be better served to sell this property on the buyer side. For his strategy, he was better served to buy this one and hold it for a couple years. So as you'll see, like, I think this is a good example of different investors have different strategies and different current cash needs or long-term objectives. And so you can make great deals out of for both sides, which is always ideal. So this one closed at $67,000. Original asking price was $73,000. We did have it. The original contract was for $69,000, but Section 8 sent a letter to the seller saying that they were not going to pay the rent that they had originally indicated that they would pay in a different letter. So he had to, of course, disclose that to the buyer, and they negotiated a lower price on the purchase. So that's something that's the first time I've seen it happen, but sometimes communication with Section 8 offices can be difficult. And in this case, it altered the transaction a little bit. But in the end, both sides were happy with this closing. This is a 2-1 in Eastlake, a really fast appreciating area. A lot of people are renovating here. It's definitely an area that's been traditionally a lot of rental properties, but there's more and more homeowners moving in. And this one, when it rented for $810, and so pretty strong rental numbers from the start. And also, you know, this is a really great section of Eastlake right by Ruffner Mountain. Great street with high occupancy, and just, you know, really good prospects going forward, I think. And you can see, you know, did a nice renovation, cleaned it up, not what I would call a retail quality renovation, didn't do granite here or gut the bathroom, but made everything clean and nice and into a great place for someone to live. Lessons learned, I would say communication with Section 8 can be difficult. In this case, we had a lot more interest once he rented the property and it was, secured with a tenant in place paying $810 per month, all from Section 8. That was very attractive to the investor who ended up purchasing this property. And again, everyone has different objectives from an investment perspective. So a good place to sell for one person can be a good place to buy for another. And I think that's the beauty of real estate. New inventory. This is a listing that I just put live today. This is kind of similar to the other property in the beginning. So what this looked like before potentially is what this could be now. This is on a really great street in Tarrant. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath built in 1950, 1,250 square feet. And this is in need of renovations. This is definitely not move-in ready for anyone. I think it needs a new HVAC unit, and then it needs cosmetics on the inside, and the level that you want to upgrade the cosmetics is kind of up to you, depending on if you want to make this a rental or make it into a flip. Or the last one that I mentioned on 77th, that was more of a turnkey flip where you renovate it, place a tenant, and sell to another investor who's looking for a performing rental property. This street, like I said, is very good. That's something that I look for in this price range, is high occupancy. You don't want to see a lot of vacant houses. You want to see people living in the houses, generally taking good care of the property. And that's what you'll see on this street. It's a nice flat street, which is great. You don't have to worry as much about foundation issues creeping in over time on a flatter street. Tarrant, the zip code 35217, where this property is actually the top appreciation zip code in 2020. When I ranked all the zip codes, this one actually appreciated. On the average sale was up 29%. And I'll try to link to that video where I went through all the appreciation zip codes from 2020, and you can see that. I can make referrals to contractors if you are thinking this may be a good property that you want to pick up as a rental, but you want to renovate it, or maybe looking to do a similar deal as that last one that I mentioned in Eastlake. I've got contractors available that you could use to do that on this property, and it's listed at $30,000. I would say if this is a deal that interests you, we are open to offers on this one. And the rent estimate, this is for a 3.2 in this area, $850, may be able to push it a little bit higher on Section 8. But for a nice renovation in this area, I think you'll get at least $850. And on the, I included the comps here, so you can see some pictures of what this looks like. This is probably the most kind of alarming section of the house. It needs siding back here, and it needs an HVAC. The inside, I think these bathrooms, kind of like that listing that I just showed you in Eastlake, I think these bathrooms will clean up pretty well. This kitchen is a pretty simple kitchen and shouldn't be too hard to get looking nice. It's got hardwood floors. You can see right here. The full file for the pictures is available if you text info to 205-351-0687. It'll send you a link for the comps report where I pulled this, and it'll show you the exact comps where we got this kind of average price per square foot. There are some comps in the 70, 80, 90,000 range, and then there are some that are below. But on average, we're kind of looking at this number as a valuation based on price per square foot. I think if you really renovate this nice, even if it's still rental nice, with a rental rate of $850 and up, would be a potential to sell to a turnkey rental buyer who would be looking for a performing rental property. So that's definitely an option on this one. And again, if you text info to 205-351-0687, that will give you the comps and then the rest of the pictures, and you'll get a feel for what this property needs to be ready for either rental or for sale again. If you like what I'm doing here, if you like this kind of video, I'd love it if you would hit the like button on YouTube. This is a new concept, so I'm really trying to get feedback from as many people as possible on what they think about this. I got tons of really good feedback from last week's show, and so I'm planning to continue. Again, I will be taking a break next week because I'll be on vacation, but we'll come back with a new kind of case study acquisition the week after that, starting, I guess, in March, and in a new listing that you can take a look at. So thank y'all for watching. Y'all have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you on Friday.